Hey, what's up guys, it's Chatty here, and this Call of Duty Mobile video is going to help improve your aim. And there's a lot that goes into making a good Call of Duty Mobile player. Obviously movement, reactions, and game sense all take a huge part in being a good player. But at the end of the day, you could be the best player in the world, but if you're not hitting all your shots and taking down your enemies quickly and effectively with good aim, you're going to be struggling to move up in the ranked matches and doing the dreaded yo-yo where you yo-yo from one rank level to another. I don't want that to happen, so I'm going to give you guys 6 things you can do to improve your aim in Call of Duty Mobile right now. First tip we have here is sights and reticles. You want to have a clear iron sight or pick a reticle that has a clear field of vision. This is important, especially in the medium to longer range gunfights, because it's going to give you that clearer field of view. You're going to be able to see your enemies a lot easier on your screen. And you'll be able to focus your sights on the enemy and have a better chance of hitting more headshots to maximize your time to kill. Next is one of the most important factors when it comes to being comfortable and improving your aim in COD Mobile is your game sensitivity and settings. You would think having a higher sensitivity would make you a better player because you can aim faster at your enemies to lock on and take them down, but you will notice it is almost impossible to stay consistent when aiming, especially at the mid to long ranges, as the micro movements with high sensitivity is hard to control. That is why I'd suggest using a lower sensitivity and relying on a better game sense and positioning. You might not be able to react as fast, but I feel like it's more consistent when you're trying to hit your shots. This is something I've done ever since I started playing PC games. I've always had a lower sensitivity, and I've always found my accuracy to be way better than a high sensitivity. The settings that I have on my game right now, if I drag my thumb all the way to the edge of the screen, I'll do a 180. This has been a good balance for me, as I can still turn around to opponents by just doing a quick swipe of the thumb, but also the control isn't so high that I can't control it. And if you guys want to see a video on my sensitivity, on my settings as well, and my layout, I have a video on my channel here that you can click. But if you're a thumbs player and you like the sensitivity and settings and layout that I have in my videos, I'll leave a pinned comment of my cloud layout that you can just copy and paste into your game and try it out for yourself. Next is to learn the recoil pattern of each gun you're using. This is useful to know for each gun with your gunsmith loadouts, as you'll know the movements to do to counter the recoil spread, especially at the medium range. The best way to do this is to build out your gun and your gunsmith loadouts and then jump into the target practice range. Without trying to control the weapon at all, fire all your bullets at the target and watch the formation of the recoil pattern. Once you know what the pattern looks like and the timing of it, practice countering the recoil pattern with the target with your thumb or your finger until you have memorized it. Because you know this, then you'll instantly see an improvement when you go to take your shots, because you'll know how exactly which gun is going to have what type of recoil pattern, and you'll be able to counter it just by natural movement alone and steady that aim. And that leads us to the next tip, which is using the target practice range. This is really good to warm up before any matches, so you can practice aiming at mid-range to long range with some still targets and some moving targets. By practicing this, you're going to help improve your time that you snap onto the enemies. Also, with the moving targets, you're going to help with tracking. You're going to find doing this for a couple of minutes just before you start your first games is going to improve your accuracy in your games a lot and make everything flow so much better. And the next tip is using meta guns and loadouts. Now, if you don't know which guns or loadouts to use, I've got a bunch of videos on my channel for different loadouts, and there's a playlist up here if you want to check them out. Now, the guns you want to pick are obviously high damage, high fire rate, good control, mobility, and all that stuff. But the biggest thing I usually look for in a gun is its control and stability with the recoil. Because if a gun does have a high amount of fire rate and also huge damage, it doesn't do much good if you can't control it. So if I know if I'm having some games, I'll have some loadouts where I know the gun might be a little bit weaker, but I know the control and the recoil is just a lot easier to control without doing much work on my end. It might have a good recoil pattern or just not much recoil at all. And it's good to have just in case you're having some bad games or you're up against some players where you just can't outgun them. Usually Call of Duty will sometimes just break one certain gun, and it'll be broken in most areas, including recoil. So usually picking the top meta gun is a pretty safe bet. And the last tip I've got here for you is positioning. Positioning is the key in pretty much all FPS shooters. Often if you're a new player to the game, you can fall into the trap of returning to the last place of death over and over again. You COD Mobile veterans will know this all too well, as you know it's super easy just to sit back and wait and predict when the enemy is trying to come back for that revenge. Stop returning to the place that you were last taken down. Instead, try and re-engage the spot with a different approach and a different flank or angle, and make yourself have the better position to re-engage the fight. Utilize all areas of the map and just be more unpredictable. Great positioning can overcome poor accuracy. So if you're having trouble in lobbies with players that have been in the game forever and you think, I can't take down these opponents. My accuracy just isn't good enough. With learning the maps and the choke points and the parts of the map where you have the best positions possible, you can outplay even the best players just by being smarter than your opponent. By taking the time to get to the better position and having better hold over your opponent, you'll be able to take your time and you'll be less stressed out when taking your shots, and in a calmer state, you'll be able to hit your shots more accurately. Hope you guys found this video helpful, and if you did, be sure to leave a like on the video, and if you're new around here, subscribe to the channel to see more Call of Duty Mobile content like this. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.